Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the this is the part 2 question Gulf QC interview questions for welding QC inspector or supervisor. There are 52 questions are here, all for the GCC countries, and this is for very helpful for them. Those are working in need to work at ADNOC, Oman or Oman PDO or the Aramco. This is for part 2. So the first question is, which diameter electrode can't used in all position? The answer will be the 5 mm low hydrogen electrode. You cannot use in all position. It can be used in flat position only if you have approval in client to start any welding activity. This is the question 1. Question 2. TIG welding, which condition is wrong? TIG welding, which condition you cannot weld in TIG welding? DCEP, it concentrate more heat on tungsten overheating and maybe tungsten inclusion in weld pool. So you cannot use this condition, direct current electrode positive. If electrode positive, it can heat more in tungsten overheating, then maybe tungsten inclusion can be happened occurred in weld pool. So this is the question 2. Question 3. Welder qualified for 14 mm thickness. How much he is qualified for? The qualified for maximum to be welded. If it is 14 mm thickness, welder qualified, then how much is qualified for? Maximum to be welded. Maximum he can be welded. This is for welder. Question 4. PT stand for, this is the normal question, the die penetration testing. Question 5. ASME section 8 code for rules for all people know the ASME section 8. If asked question, then sometimes all students are those are coming for interview, they are confused. So this is for rules for construction of pressure vessel division 1 and division 2. There is division 1 and division 2, different requirement. Question 6. Green strip in tungsten stand for. What is the meaning for green strip in the tungsten? 100% pure tungsten, chemical symbol W, atomic number is 74. So 100% pure tungsten, it means green strip, chemical symbol W and atomic number 74. Question number 7. What type of power source used in MIG-MAG welding? Definitely constant voltage, flat characteristic. So this is the constant voltage, flat characteristic. This is the power source. Question 8. What is heat input formula? This is should know, all people know, those are engaged in welding. Table speed A into V divided by table speed mm per second into 1000 equal to arc energy. Heat input equal to arc energy into 0.8 thermal efficiency factor. So this is the heat input formula. Question 9. If a welder is qualified in 3G position, which position he can weld? Which position? Groove weld in plate and pipe over 24-inch flat and vertical position. This is the one. Second is pipe 24-inch and below, flat position only. This is the second. And third is the fillet weld in pipe and plate in flat, horizontal and vertical position. This is the requirement. If he is qualified in 3G position, he can weld in all these below positions. Question 10. If pipe is fixed in vertical position and welding groove is in horizontal position, pipe is in which position? So this is called 2G. If pipe is fixed in vertical position and welding groove is the horizontal position, then this is called the 2G position. Question 11. What is this? A welder qualification will revoke if when the welder's repair rate exceeds the limits, when the discontinuity is more than 6 months between the last welded joint and the present day. Means welder's repair rate is more exceed the limit, then you can revoke. When the discontinuity is more than 6 months, in discontinuity it is happening is more than 6 months, then it will definitely between the last one and the present day, so it can be, you can revoke this. Question 12, in a SMW electrode, what is the second digit denotes? Isometric welding 7018. 70 is tensile strength of electrode. The second digit is 1. 1 represents to position this electrode and 8 is type of flash covering. So 7018, you should know what is 70, what is 1 and what is 8. Question 13. What is ND acceptance criteria for pipeline welding? The answer is API 1104. ND acceptance criteria you can found in API 1104 cross-country pipeline. This is the pipeline welding standard. Question number 14. If an essential variable changes, a WPS shall be supersede cancelled. Means you have to cancel this WPS, you have to make new WPS if the essential variable changes. The question number 15. Which defect cannot be found, sorry, this is found with spelling mistake, this is found in RT. Which defect cannot be? Linear defect. You cannot find the linear defect in RT. Question number 16. What is the main difference between the welding process GTAW SMAW? The main difference is GTAW electrode is non-consumable, filler metal is added into weld pool separately. So this electrode is non-consumable and the filler metal is added is separately. In SMAW, consumable electrode is consumed. This is consumable electrode. This is consumable electrode weld pool is protected by shielding gas produced by flux coating. So this is totally different GTAW and SMAW. Question number 17. If a discontinuity is found in ND under the acceptance limit, it shall be accepted as it is. Means discontinuity is found in ND if it is under the acceptance limit, definitely it is accepted. Question 18. What is tensile strength? Answer is the resistance of a material to breaking under tension. In which resistance the material will be break in under tension. This is called the tensile strength. Question number 19. Why we do Charpy impact test? Answer is to assess material resistance to brittle fracture by measuring the energy to initiate and propagate the crack from a sharp notch in a standard size specimen subjected to an impact load. This is why this needs the Charpy impact test to assess the material resistance to brittle fracture. How much material can resist before to brittle? So this is called impact test. That's why we need the impact test. Question number 20. During qualification of the WPS tension test is performed, what is the minimum acceptable rupture stress if a specimen breaks in the base metal? The answer is in SME section 9, if the test specimen breaks outside of the old fusion zone, a stress above 95% of the minimum base metal strength of the test result is acceptable. Means if the test specimen breaks outside of the weld of fusion zone at stress above 95%, then it can be acceptable of the test result tensile strength. Question number 21. What is PNID? The answer is piping and instrumentation diagram. The answer is the piping and instrumentation diagram. The question number 22. What is the percentage accuracy of pressure gauge? Percentage accuracy of pressure gauge is the 5%. So this is the normal question and the very important question sometimes asked by the interviewer. What is the percentage accuracy of pressure gauge? The 5%. Question number 23. Extent of radiography for category D fluid. Extent of radiography for category D fluid. Category D fluid extent of radiography. RT is not required for category D fluid with 31.3. So this is very clever questions. They are asking extent of radiography for category D fluid. So RT is not required at all for category D fluid with 31.3. Question number 24. Meaning of category D fluid. The answer is not harmful, pressure less than 10 bar, temperature 29 degrees Celsius to 189 degrees Celsius. So this is the category D fluid meaning. Question number 25. API standard for steel gate valve. What is API standard? API 600 is the standard for steel gate valve. Actually, this gate valve using the pipeline and piping, so this is the normal question API standard. Question number 26. Formula for of blind flange. We see the blind flange. So what is the formula of the blind flange? ASME BPVC section 8 division 1 refer formula of UG34. So you have to formula, there is mentioned UG34 in ASME section 8 division 1. This is the formula. Question 27. As per V31.3 piping connected to pressure relief valve shall be designated to facilitate maximum pressure during the relieving event. To facilitate maximum pressure during the relieving event. Question number 28. What is the minimum thickness of pipe required for 2-inch threaded joint? 2-inch threaded joint, what is the minimum thickness of pipe required? The answer is Schedule 40. Schedule 40 is the minimum thickness of the pipe is required for 2-inch threaded joint. Question 29. What is the size of the fillet well for slip-on flange if the thickness is 7 mm? What is the size of the fillet well for slip-on flange? Slip-on flange, there is a welding, so the thickness is 7 mm. So what will be the size of fillet well? Twice the thickness, 7 into 2 means 14 mm it should be. Question 30. Which type of power source is required autogenously welding? Constant voltage. Constant voltage is required for the power source is required for autogenously welding. Question number 31. How will you recognize basic electrode? From electrode classification printed on every electrode. So there is a electrode classification printed on every electrode. In there you can recognize the basic electrode details. Question number 32. E7018 electrode classification would be AWS A5.1. So AWS A5.1, this is the E7018 electrode classification would be AWS A5.1. So if you go section 2 part C, A5.1, it is clearly mentioned E7018 what it stands for. Question number 33. Groove well diameter limit. Minimum diameter qualified. Groove well diameter limit says the minimum diameter is the qualified. Minimum diameter is qualified. Question number 34. What is the maximum size of low hydrogen permitted? 4 mm maximum. What is the maximum size of low hydrogen electrode? Low hydrogen permitted. 4 mm maximum low hydrogen permitted for maximum size of electrode. Question number 35. Explain the annealing, normaling, quenching and tempering. This is also one important question. Those are involving the welding also in PWHT. Annealing is the rapid heating to set temperature, soak temperature, short soak time at temperature, slow cooling in furnace to ambient temperature. So annealing is the slow cooling furnace to ambient temperature, and rapid heating to soak temperature, short soak time at temperature, slow cooling in air to ambient temperature, slow cooling in furnace to ambient temperature. This is annealing. Very important. The slow cooling in air to ambient temperature is the normalizing. Rapid heating to soak temperature, short soak time at temperature, rapid cooling for quenching. By quenching, how in water or oil that reheat to tempering temperature soak and cool in air. So this is quenching in water, then it will be cool in air. So this is the three difference: annealing, normalizing, and the quenching. Question number 36. Capillary action plays a role in which NDE method? The answer is definitely dye penetration testing. Dye penetration testing is capillary action plays a role within NDE method. Question number 37. CHRP test to determine the material to absorb energy means toughness. Toughness is the actual term to determine for CHRP test. Question 37. Question 38. High heat input is observed in which welding position? High heat input is observed in which welding position? The answer is vertical uphill. Definitely, if you go the vertical uphill, definitely high heat input is observed. You can see there. Question number 39. Change in welding direction that will change mechanical properties of the weld metal is called essential variable. If it is change in welding direction that will change the mechanical property then of the weld metal is called the essential variable. Means essential variable, if it is changing then mechanical property definitely it will be changed. Question number 40. SMW electrode grouping. The answer is you can see here 7010, 7011, 7020, 702C. Then rotile and the basic, this is the grouping 12131424. This is the rotile and the basic if you see 15161828. So this is two types of, one is rotile, one is cellulosic, one is basic. So this is the different types of SMW electrode. This is the grouping. So you can give one example to interviewer. This is 70110 cellulosic, rutile 12, and the basic is 7015. Question number 41. If false indication comes on a radiography flame, is it rejected? You have to not always, you have to repeat. If the indication is not on the area of interest, it is accepted. Question 42. What is the purging percentage of SS and nickel alloy steel? The answer is purging of stainless steel and the nickel alloys shall be reduce the oxygen level below 0.05%. So stainless steel and nickel alloys, the purging percentage of shall be reduce the oxygen level below 0.05%. Question number 43. Why we are doing preheating? Why? This is important question. The answer: to reduce the cooling rate of steel, to evaporate if any moisture in steel, and to reduce residual stress if the preheat is done uniformly. So this is the preheating we need. Why we need? Question number 44. What are the acceptance criteria for undercut? Undercut depth less than and equal to 1 mm. Cumulative length of undercut 36 mm in 150 mm or 25% of the weld length. So undercut depth less than or equal to 1 mm is acceptable. If it is cumulative, if you go, then undercut 36 mm in 150 mm length, it is acceptable. Question number 45. High frequency sound wave transmitted into metal at an angle. What is test method? High frequency sound wave transmitted into metal, it is at an angle. This is definitely ultrasonic testing. This is mentioned the wave transmitted into metal at an angle, definitely it is UT. Question number 46. Code for validation of arc welding equipment. Which code for validation for arc weld? BSE and 7570. This is the code for validation or arc welding equipment. Means arc welding equipment you need to check the validate, how you can validate the calibration, all these requirements, so you can check the BSE and 7570. Question number 47. Code for standard welding symbol. This is AWS A2.4 is code for standard welding symbol. AWS A2.4. Question number 48. Specification for shielding gases. Answer is AWS A5.32. The specification for shielding gas is AWS A5.32. Question number 49. Standard terms and definition. What is the code for standard? AWS A3.0. This is for standard terms and definition. Question 50. Standard for welding rods, electrodes, filler metals. This is definitely ASME section 2 part C. So this is for standard for welding rods, electrodes, filler metals, etc. Question number 51. Can flux code GTAW wire be used on root pass for groove weld, P number 8 or higher material? Can flux code GTAW wires can be used on root pass for groove weld or P for P number 8 or not? It is not permitted unless specified approved by CSD. CSD it is actually specified term by Aramco, so you can mention the unless specified approved by client, it's not permitted. Question number 52. Is it allowed to use GMAW FCAW for single-sided branch or nozzle connection? It is strictly prohibited in SES W00115.4.2. So this is strictly prohibited if you go the Saudi Aramco standard W01115.4.2. So this is all 52 questions are completed. This is very important question and helpful questions for interview for welding inspector, welding supervisor. So if any you have question, if anybody, then you can send me message by YouTube box, then I can reply to you. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to share, subscribe my video. Those are still not subscribed my channel, please subscribe to get more regular updates. Thanks a lot.